cold today. Freezing. It's freezing. It's freezing. It's freezing out in California. It's freezing. It's freezing. I am frozen. I am frozen. I am frozen. Good morning. How y'all be? It's Saturday morning. It is time to move and groove. Get moving. And I had the best sleep of my life last night. The best sleep. I was dead to the world. I was out cold. I slept upstairs. You know, for the last couple days I've been sleeping upstairs. So last night was the best. It was raining. It was nice. I passed out. I slept until 7 o'clock. Oh my gosh. It's rainy here today, so it's cold. It's chillier than it's been in the morning time, so I can't do anything today. There's nothing going on. I have nothing to do today. I have nothing to do today. Oh, thanks, Neptune. Hey, Jay, what's going on? Ever thought of moving from California? All the time. But Dan won't move away from his family, so, and I'm gonna be where my kids are. Oh, Jake. Did you get those hood ornaments? Those hood ornaments for your new, you know, pew pew. Anywho, looks like rain. Unfortunately, we work to pay our bills in California. We work to pay your bills, taxes, and everything in between, and hope there is something left over. And there's not. But yes, we won't move ever. I'll be wherever my kids are. And if that means I have to stay in California for the rest of my life, well, then I'll be broke and poor. You know what I mean? Yep, it's the way it is. So, anywho, Lainey had a softball game this morning at 9. I was struggling to get up. I really wanted to make it. It got canceled. Shit. I was so disappointed. I couldn't wait to get there and watch me some softball. So I said to Rocky, I was like, shoot. I was planning on being there. I was already up and waiting diligently to leave my house at 8 o'clock to get to the softball. Make it rain, Jake. Make it rain. No live last night. Y'all, Dan's been on my nerves. Dan has been on my nerves. You know? D-Sal NorCal, been on my ever-loving nerves. He's still man flu, you know? He's got the man flu. He's been like half comatose all week. He's been half dead. He sleeps with one eye open because it won't shut because, you know, something wrong with the illness he's got. You know, he's sniveling. He's coughing. He's got a sty now in his eye. I posted the video today on Mrs. D-Sal NorCal 3. He is dramatic. I've had such a horrible virus. You wouldn't have been able to handle it. Yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't have. You don't know. It's a serious virus. Y'all, I was ready to divorce him. I couldn't handle it. I was thinking about suffocating him in his sleep. I was thinking about, you know, getting rid of him, burying him out in the back. Nobody would know, you know? Nobody would know. The guy has been like, he doesn't know how to communicate. He's yelling all week long. Stop yelling. You're emitting more virus. I can't be around my dad. Bitch. You were most contagious when you were out open room coughing and open room sneezing before you got the fucking virus. You know what I mean? Before the virus settled into your sinus cavity and your fucking head. When you were open room coughing, sneezing, yeah. You weren't thinking much about spreading it to your loved ones, were you? You know what I mean? Shit. And here we are. Day like 10, 8, I don't know. Shit, I'd be running circles around him. You know what I mean? No, he doesn't have a fever. But I'm sure he would tell you he did. Yeah. So, this guy. I'm going into the office. This is him, 7 days later. You guys, 7 days later. I'm going into the office sick. Because I have an obligation. I'm getting up. Sick. Bruh. The cough lingers. The congestion lingers. You are fine. You are fine. Yeah, I'm sick. I even got a sty. That was from me punching you in your sleep. Being a pussy. Jeez. This guy hasn't done anything. Doesn't do anything anyway. But it's more dramatic, Walks in the door, shuts the door. Must be nice. Must be nice to go in a room and shut the door and not have any obligations. Could I do that? I'm sick. I gotta keep the door shut. Bruh. Must be nice. Isn't it kind of the same when you're not sick? What's the difference? I'm sorry. What's the difference? Poor me. Poor me. Ow. Just poke my eye. Poor me. Hi, Laura. Yeah, you would be down. You would be out. Bitch, shut the. No. Could you imagine me going in my room and shutting the door? Dan couldn't last 1 minute with no help. Are you kidding me? He told Hannah the other day, I know you think your mom does a lot, but I can do it. I have done it by myself when your mom's gone and everything's fine. Hannah said, how long is she gone for? A couple hours? She needs to leave your ass for a week and see how you do it. You rely on mom and you take advantage because she does it. Shameful. Shame. I can do it. I can do it by myself. No, he couldn't. My house has no doors. It's a good idea. Nixie, I'm gonna just remove all the doors so he can't shut it. Anyway, the man flu video, we were just talking about that, Bix. So, yeah, it's time for the ultimate test then. I'm starting my world tour. I will be gone for a year. I was mad because everybody's saying, you couldn't do it. There's no way you can do it. She even has been calling him out on things. So it came out the other day. She's like, yeah, Dad's trying to convince me that he handles everything fine. Ha! Ha! I haven't even been gone for 24 hours. I'm going on a world tour, bitches. Bye, Dan. Peace. Anywho, so that's been my drama for the last 7 days. Must be nice, Washington, and then man flu. That's 2 weeks of nothing. 2 weeks of nothing. Warp tour. Shit. So, anywho, that's my life. Gotta love it or not. It's my life. Fuck it or don't. Anywho. Hi guys, happy Saturday. Australia. I tried to read yesterday, I was so tired. I was trying to, I'm sure he caught it in DC. And then a couple days he was back, sneezing, coughing all over the place. Open room. And then Monday started, Tuesday, no, something's wrong. Keep coughing, buddy. Keep coughing. Hello from Arizona. I think that's gonna be my first stop, is Arizona, on my wool tour. I'm gonna go visit my friend Elvie for a weekend. And Dan can hold down the fort. He's gonna have to water, laundry, make beds, clean, pick up. It's gonna be lovely. Even if he just picked up after himself, you know what I mean? So, yeah, anywho, so I'm thinking about, yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. My house will be a disaster when I get back. That's what stresses me out. So, it is what it is. Fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm loving it. He would never manage. He rips at the seams. He can't keep calm. I had to give Grandpa a shower yesterday again. He's having a little bit of problems. And I just wanted to be safeguarding just to make sure, you know, for rashes and stuff. So I do it calm. I don't yell at him, you know. I don't yell at him. I'm just very calm. You know, Dan's first language is yell. And so everything's very calm. Then he comes in and tries to tell me how to shower him. I'll fund it. I'm in. How much you giving me, PB? He's gonna need, yeah. And so I'm like, bruh. I think I know how to shower him. Even if there's issues, not like I haven't had kids that have had problems when they were little and made sure they were clean. You know what I mean? So, anywho, yeah, well, I took it over. Thanks, Deb. I took it over because there's certain times I feel he needs, like, calmness, you know? Me and my mean tone. It's funny how I can separate and have all my different personalities, people say, in check and know when to use them, know when not, you know? Like I use the word dementia. If you saw my video on my main account, YouTube, you got the same one today. Yes, I'll do a subscriber live tonight for TikTok. I've been using the word dementia a little bit more, right? Dan and I don't agree on the word. I used to do short-term memory loss, but after about the 10,000th and 11th time of talking about the driving thing, I try to have a little bit more in-depth conversation. Not that he's gonna remember it. I understand that, but sometimes I can tell when he wants and needs a little bit more, right? There's times that I'm shorter because I know his brain's not processing. There's times when I'm more elaborate because I know he wants to communicate. I'm the professional of ed, right? I can tell when he needs what he needs and certain times. So I could tell yesterday after the short conversations, it's like, where's Bill? If you don't tell him Bill's dead, he keeps going on about Bill. I know. So you have to eventually say he died because he knows he's looking for the truth. So same thing with the car. It was such a huge thing yesterday. Me and Hannah ignored it. I don't know. You know, I haven't seen the keys. Yes, your car's out there, But he keeps going. He keeps going. Hi, yes, Peter. And so finally, after that many times, I just said, you can't. You have dementia. And then he argues with me about his diagnosis. Well, I don't believe it. You may think that, but you know. So, all right, I gotta pee. So, anywho, it's just the joys of the disease itself. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. And I'm hot, so. Woo! So, I was thinking about something funny since I went to the bathroom. Remember how I tell you how I get mad at Dan for letting the cats in, right? There's specific cats that, even the cats that we allow in, sometimes they have accidents on purpose. They spray. So I come in to the, I just woke up this morning, and this is what I'm talking about, like things that he wouldn't even recognize. He wouldn't even pay attention to. Who was in? Creams. Creams is one of those ones that will shit and pee anywhere. Literally shit and pee and won't use a litter box. So, sure enough, I'm walking by and I see shit on the floor in Grandpa's bathroom. It wasn't Grandpa, it was the cat. So I was like, oh, gotta clean that up. Hi, Creams, let's get the fuck out, right? So it's the same thing like over and over again. Don't do this, don't do that, but we still do it. And then I'm the one dealing with repercussions. So cat urine, somebody peed in the shower that in Grandpa's bathroom, which is fine, but you gotta wash it down or it starts stinking. So it's like those little nuances in the house that nobody sees conveniently, only I do. So, it's a pain in the ass. So my house would be utterly destroyed. Even when I come home after being gone all day, my house is destroyed. My house is destroyed. So, it's a pain in the ass. My life, sometimes. But yes, dementia. I've started using it more because I feel like he gets more out of it when I use dementia. And the way I communicate with him. Are we fighting? No. Normal life. No. He's annoying, that's all. So anywho, that's just the way it is. 1 week, 1 day scares me. 1 24-hour period scares me. It's just the communication. He did notice because it was in his spot, right? Of course Dan's gonna notice the wet spot because it's in his spot. If it was in my spot, he wouldn't notice it. It's a huge difference. Melissa, I appreciate that. For the, you guys, Neptune, you have no idea. You have no idea. Coming from somebody who hasn't a clue, Neptune, Melissa, I do my best. Said, okay, don't hurt me, but maybe you guys have more than you can handle. I think you're completely ignorant in saying that. So whenever you have issues with your kids, is that a comment you say, oh, you should give your kids away? I think your kids are too much to handle. It's an ignorant comment to me when people say that. It seems to me you've taken on a bit more than you can chew. No, I think that's stupid. Yes, it's hard. So was raising 3 kids. It's chaotic. It's crazy. Sometimes you want to rip your heads out, right? But it's a lot, right? It's a lot. But no, is it too much to handle? Not any more than having my fucking kids, right? You guys got to think about that. Neptune, you gotta back down a little bit. You gotta back down a little bit. It's my house. It's my animals. I love my animals. What do you think? I'm gonna get rid of them because my husband and others let them in when they're not supposed to? Whose fault is that? Projecting hard. Projecting hard. But anywho, it's my life. Neptune, I'd like to propose something to you. You must be that perfect person who sits back and life is easy and you don't have any problems. You never have overwhelming moments. You never wish for that moment. You can run away. You never do that. So stop projecting your shit onto me, because I see that as a projection. You know, you have to keep an open mind when you are watching somebody else's life, because it doesn't follow in the same patterns or spectrum as your life. Doesn't mean my life is any more crazier than yours. You know what you can handle? I can see that by the way you communicate. No, how did we do it, S. Peter? That was too much to handle. Neptune trying to project. Remember being like, how do you get from point A to point B when C's going and you have to get point A to somewhere else? We were young, right? We were young. How did we do it? Right now, I'd fucking lose my mind. You know, I would lose my mind. Babies, nursing, trying to get people to their sporting events, doctor's appointments. What? You needed a calendar to keep it all straight. You know what I mean? Hey, Fry Man, how are you? But I don't know. I was 24 with my first Neptune. I think you need a vamoose. If you think that's complaining, then your eyes are closed. No. But I think it's time you leave, because I can tell I don't need somebody like you watching me and critiquing me for the things I talk about and people want to relate to and can relate to. Thank you, Kelsey. Get rid of him. She's on the YouTube, yeah. But she just wouldn't, or he wouldn't just let it go. I have the problem. Yeah, I can see that. Kentucky. No. The beauty's fading. The beauty's fading. Beauty is only skin deep. So whatever, the shit's hanging, it's dropping, it's doing everything it needs to do. Yeah, I don't even know if that was a woman or a man, but here's the thing. Most of you stay because you can relate. You know, yeah, back to your gals. Most of you stay because you can relate. Most of you stay because you get it. Most of you stay because we're a community that holds one another up. Most of you appreciate it. You appreciate my realness. You can appreciate it because most every one of you, every day we talk about something, relates to something I see or I say and see, you know, and that's the issue. And that's why people come back. It's the realness, the vulnerability that I share, all those things. Yeah, we did it. It was different. I don't know. I lost connection, so give me a minute, people. Sorry, TikTok is being weird. But yes, how do we do it? I lost it again. It's funny because how do we do that shit, when we were little? It's just like they say after your first baby and you're saying, hell no, right? Hell no, I'm not gonna have another one. And you forget, right? How quickly you forget when you want another baby. It's the same thing. They say you have to do that shit young because by the time you get to our age, we're tired. We can't handle that. And it's funny because, but down the road. So like when Rocky's doing it with her kids, I want a dog really bad. Oh, Kathy, do it. Do it. So, I couldn't do that shit today that Rocky does. I did it. I've been there. So she calls me and she vents to me and I just sit back and I said, girl, I know it. I was there and thank the Lord I don't do it right now. I'm the queen. A baby at what? Who has a baby? My shit's drying out. It's drying up. I don't think I could have a baby even if I wanted to. The hell? Why did their bedtime come when I'm done? Yeah. Using your husband's dad for clout is wild. Gabe, let me tell you something else that's wild. He's my stepfather. So now what, bruh? What are you gonna come at me for? Gabe, let me tell you something else. You realize I lived with Ed longer than Dan did. Bruh, you so smart. Ha, how about that for a comeback? Wasn't that good? I know it. Gabe's sitting there going, what? Huh? So what? Yeah. So there you have it. You want the truth? Guess what? If anybody has the clout to do what she's doing, it's me. I can. Because I've been with him longer than Dan. So leg up. Lego. So there you have it. That's my new response. Where are you going? What? Where are you going? Why are you being all secretive? You want to rob a bank? Where are you going? What are you looking for? You look like you need a Red Bull. Hi, Jerry. How's you? How's the wife? How's the family? How are the idiots that won't come and help? Like mine, you know what I mean? Anyhow, hi, Cynthia. It is Andrew. Where are you going? Nowhere, as he's getting in his car. He's not going anywhere, though. He's getting in the car. Maybe he didn't want to tell you guys where he was going. I don't know. So, that's my new mic drop moment. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. Need the mirror. Oh, yeah. You see my head? Don't stop believing. You know what we watched last night? Yeah, I need my side mirrors. Caroline's here. Hi. Let me know when she leaves. She's still here? Did we like each other as kids? Jerry, we didn't grow up as kids. We didn't grow up together. I met him one time when I was 5 and he was 10. I scared him away for years to come. And then later on down the road, we met up and family started to get together because Josh came in the picture about 10 years later and had more family dinners and stuff like that. And then that's when That's what. How are you doing over there? Hey. He was running away from me. He was running. Josh's mother. That's what the magic happened. He would be so mad at me. I love playing around like that. And he's like, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's called comedy. Make humor out of every fucking thing. Even your fucking man flu. I was young. And where'd it go? It's gone. When I was 13, I looked 16. You know, I always looked older than I was. So, every family gathering, sit down next to him, he gets up and runs away. Get away. Get away. He didn't really start talking to me until I was older. 16, he started getting a little bit more comfortable. I don't know. Anywho, do I ever want to, everybody's buffering CNH. Do I ever want to run a marathon? No. But my daughter's just signed up for one. So they're going to be doing one this summer sometime. Ed loved it, Brandy. Ed thought it was the best thing on the planet. When I left, when we told him at 18, it was the best. He loved it. So yes, my mom and Dan, my mom and Ed married. Yes, and they had Josh. And Josh and I share Dan and me. Josh, we share Josh. And I'm obviously very close to him and his family, as you know. I spend all my time with him. And it is kind of a cool story, you know, because the whole thing is cool from the beginning to the end, right? We're in that end phase of my life with Ed. I just came up with a book title, My Life with Ed. Yes, we are not in love right now, right? Right now, we are out of love because he's been quite annoying the last 7 days, but normally there's lots of love to go around and irritation. Does Ed know? No, he doesn't remember. He actually asked me, I'm irritated with him. There's no love to be found. I'm searching, but he came out this morning and I was like, oh, now you want to talk. I get a message this morning. I didn't see it because I slept in. He messaged me at 6:30 this morning and he said, come to my room, you know, come to my window, come inside, wait for the light of the moon. Come to my bedroom. And I didn't see it until like 7:30 when he came out. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, come to my room. Lick my ass. Come to my room. So, it's been like a while. It's been like a month between us the irritation between us, my hormonal imbalances and excretions, and then him in Washington and now sick. It's been a while. I know Clint's missing Rose. Rose is like, I'm good, bruh. I'm good. Clint, if you didn't know, is the hot dog and Rose is my bun. So we have a name, Clint and Rose. There's no correlation with the next door neighbor, as Clint was named prior to me meeting my neighbor, you know? So, oh, that's so funny, Sadie. I love that. Yeah, well, you remember he guilted me to come back in the room, and I hadn't been sleeping once again. So now that he's been sick, I left. So Josh is the only sibling from my mother. My dad, Pierre, had 2 children. Rose. Well, you have the name of my vagina. There you have it. Rose. What's your middle name? Danielle's vagina? Shit. I can't tell you. Anybody have a Rose out there? Well, that's what my vagina's named after. Sorry about that. I do. I take, I'm on birth control. Birth control. Danielle's vagina, yummy. All those excretions and shit she talks about. Sounds like a good time. No, it's not. Put it this way. I was so desperate, y'all, I ended up putting a panty liner in finally. Remember how, do I get along with Dan's mom? Absolutely. A Clinton Rose reunion. Stay tuned on next week's episode. Why are you doing that? What are you doing? Huh? What, Maurice? Englishman. Maurice. He wants to butter my biscuit. Nope. Plus he's sick. Coughing. Previously on Clinton Rose. Clint had a massive flu, which we classify as the man flu, and Rose was petrified of catching any such virus. Rose headed upstairs, back to her comfortable sleeping spot in a bed of roses, keeping herself nice, well slept, well kept, and well smelled. While Clint was laying in a heap of sadness, flaccid, didn't know what to do with himself because of his love and his missing of Rose. Flaccid. It's flaccid. Do you guys, when you're sick, do y'all still use righty and lefty? Is that something you all do still? Are you too tired to do a simple stroke? Because Dan seems tired for everything. So I'm trying to figure out if he is too tired to, righty and lefty or no. My mom's dead. She died. She died 18 years ago. Primary lung cancer. Dead as a doorknob. My dad is also dead. He committed suicide. At the time my mom was struggling for her life and trying to survive, my dad, it drills into the body. It drills up. My dad tried to commit suicide, tried to pull a bullet through his brain, but it didn't exit, which eventually killed him 2 years later, after my mom was dead. Yeah, it's great. When you're sick, you like a righty and a lefty. I still can't do a damn thing when I'm sick, but I figure it out. I do it all. I hate it, but sorry, not to make fun of that, but there's so many people who already know this story. So that was just like my announcer's voice, long live, pain and misery, sadness, it all. So I just try to, try to find some, I don't know, I know. So here's the thing. If you really inspected, if you really looked at Hannah has my color, right? She has my coloring. But if you really look at her, she is Dan. She is the only one that really looks like Dan. She's got his beady little eyes. She doesn't have my big eyes. Like Andrew and Jennifer have my eyes. But just because Hannah has my color, there are moments that I look and I'm like, holy shit. Like when my hair dries in a butt. Yeah, she is, yes. Personality-wise, she is too. When my hair dries in the middle of the butt cut, I'm like, Hannah, I walked out. I said, who do I look like? Hannah looked at me. She's all, me? Yeah. I can go. That's my escape, Lisa. I will become an author, a best-selling author. Jennifer really looks like me. So she has, of course, characteristics, but before my aunt died, my grandmother's sister, right? Her great aunt. The first time she met Jennifer was like gosh, she was probably 6 or 7-ish, maybe 8. It depends. I can't remember if we went after my mom died. And she said, she said, she looks like you. This is what I remember you, to look like when you were little, except the color. She goes, oh my God. So my family sees when they saw Jennifer when she was little, and Jennifer, as she's aging, is looking more like me. It's really creepy. Sometimes she looks at me and I'm like, ah. And she looks at me. What? I'm like, ah. I felt like I was just looking at myself. Shit. Weird. Don't look at me like that. So I think I have a little bit more. QVC is expensive today. I have a couple friends who are QVC whores. That's all they buy is from QVC. Yeah, she's not a clone. She's got a lot of Dan in her. Y'all stop saying that. I know who my kids look like. Don't make me fight you, Lee. Don't make me come out to Jersey and show you what I got. Remember, I'm coming on a tour. I can't really go that far. I can't go that far. Andrew is, it's really funny. Andrew is a Salinger. His facial features are Salinger. He looks like Dan, got the nose, got everything. But his personality is like the Behar side, which is my dad's side. Very much Behar, very affectionate, very loving, very emotional, very family-oriented, that type of stuff. So he's got like Behar through and through. He is a Behar. He's built like my dad. He's really stocky and husky, and Andrew is more pleasant. Yes. Andrew has hair, but so did Dan. Dan did have hair at one point in his life. Remember, I fell in love with a man with hair. I fell in love with a man with a six-pack too, and pecs, and Tom Cruise body. You know what I mean? Hold on, Bluetooth, hold on. Bluetooth. Oh, it's off. It's already off. So we all fell, think about us. My body, I was heavier. I wasn't as athletic as I am now, but everything was tighter. My face, I didn't have wrinkles. I was youthful, and I'm not so much anymore. How much longer? I gotta pee, but I'm not Tom Cruise. Dan was hot. His body looked like Tom Cruise. So his body looked like Tom Cruise on the volleyball scene in, the volleyball scene. Everybody knows the volleyball scene. There's only 2 scenes you remember in Top Gun. Volleyball scene and the love scene. That's it. That's all I remember. No, Tom left the building a long time ago. Tom left the building a long time ago. Oh, hi, Emily. Hannah's his dad. Hannah, you for sure. But yeah, if you look at all my kids, yeah, the volleyball scene. Everybody knows. The love scene and the volleyball scene. That's it. That's all you need to know. Dan, what do you remember? The first scene in Top Gun. What's the one thing you remember when you say Top Gun? What's the scene? Go.
If you fuck up just one little bit, you'll be flying a plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong.
That's Dan's first scene. My first scene, if it went in order, it would go love scene, then volleyball scene. Yeah. Yep, that's it. The hot making out part, where you barely saw the tongue and the lips touching. Yep, all the women know. All the women know. None of the women, all the men are like, what's the volleyball scene? What love scene? I don't remember, I just remember a Porsche. Yeah, me too. I do remember the Roadster. Love that.
That's the time to take a piss.
Oh, he's saying, motorcycle scene didn't do it for me. No, that's not. I got the need for speed. No, that's not it. That's not it. Let's see. Well, watching. Totally agree, 100% we would do. Yeah. You're welcome, Bobby. Thank you for being here. What else was I talking about? You left me a message? All right. On my dial-up phone, my rotary, my push-button phone. I don't know what we got. The sequel sucked. I wasn't into the sequel. Volleyball scene. Yeah. What did you, okay, so yeah, we didn't go on. I told you no live last night, so you didn't miss anything. What did I watch last night? Ha! That's what I forgot. That Nickelodeon shit. Y'all see the documentary? The Nickelodeon? Remember Dan Schneider, fucking Drake and Josh, all the stuff that our kids grew up on? Oh my God, Samantha, it was so good. So fucking troubling though. So troubling. So troubling. Did I say troubling? So, I mean, oh my God. So me and Hannah watched that a lot last night. We finished it. Poor Drake. Y'all. Holy fucking cow. So, you know, and I told Hannah, I said, what's really sad is you think about all those things that you, it was on Max. Unbelievable. You know, and so now you fucked up their childhood, right? And yes, it's the Nickelodeon expose on HBO Max. So sad what these guys did and how, you know, back in the Me Too movement, you know, came so many years later. But how fucked up these kids, you know, are or were or still are. People like, look at Amanda Bynes. You guys, she was there. She was part of Nickelodeon. Good Hope. I love it. We didn't know. Holy shit. So, yes. And so it's so weird. And all the sexual innuendos that he put in, Dan Schneider put in. Like, no wonder these people are fucked up. Most of them, it's all that, you know, the Amanda Bynes show, everything. So sad, right? The power. Her mental health is bad. Have you seen her on TikTok? Like, who was this cute girl that we used to know? Where did she go? And like Drake, you know, said too, oh, Samantha, it's so good, but I had anxiety through the whole thing. And their parents, they didn't allow their parents to be close, you guys. They separated the parents. The parents were not allowed on the set. You have to trust you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? You don't know until you know. Look at Britney Spears. You know, all this shit you think about and you see of all these childhood actors, Drake still struggles. Agents want to control. And it's still happening, right? It's still happening. It's so fucking sad. Then you think, oh, okay, well, now I get it. You know, you think back and you're like, God, these kids have the life. You don't even realize that at the time. Drake was being sodomized, you know? He was being, by his guy, not his manager or anything like that, but the guy that goes around and, fuck, I can't think of what he is, Ariana Grande. And they showed some scenes that they did. Now, when you, yes, he bettered himself. He did. He was caught with a couple texts. And you see, are you going to Andrew and Gia's performance? Angie? Hello? What? Who? I have no idea. You're telling me something I don't know. Angie? Yes, you're going to see it and you're going to be so sad. You're just going to be so sad. You know, and you see these, like, the silliness of what you're watching. And at the time, I remember watching this stuff and giggling, like, this is so stupid. But now, with all the fucking shit that's been coming out over the years about childhood trauma and managers, directors, everything else, and now you see these scenes, even as an adult now you see the scenes, and I'm like, wow, how did we let that happen? How did we let our kids watch that shit? Ugh, I'm mad. Yep, nobody believed them. Nobody. And Drake, this was the first time Drake has been public about it. Because They're performing at the Beach Hut. They are? I didn't know. Ender didn't tell me. In front of our faces the whole time. So Drake's dad, I don't want to tell you, but because those of you who need to watch it, but Drake's dad was on to, what's his name? Sam. There was like 4 pedophiles on that studio. One of them was the cameraman, and the other one was, I think Sam. Why can't I think of his name? And he only went away for 16 months. 16 months for all the things he did. And people were defending him. The judge was swayed by, it was horrible. God, it was god awful. And this guy is still dealing with it. He's still dealing with the pain. He's like, I had really a sight from that. I had a great childhood. But this guy, Brian Peck, thank you. He turned him against his dad. So his dad didn't have any control, but he told the mom, keep him away from Brian Peck. And he didn't. He didn't. She didn't. Nobody could do it. And they're so scared because they don't know what to do. Oh God. I was, you guys, this is a sad world we live in, And he went away, Brian Peck, I think, went away for 16, 18 months. And then he was rehired to work on children's shows. Rehired with a fucking charge, a conviction. And I can't blame the parents. I really cannot blame the parents because they kept the parents had to be on scene, right? But, yeah, that's horrible. You think about all these, sick, demented minds that write these shows. And he was a chauvinist, Dan Schneider. He, you guys, if you watch it, I don't want to just tell you all this stuff. He was sick. He was a sick man. Of course, he denies all these allegations. And I can't blame the parents. I don't blame the parents because, they had no idea. They had no idea. Right, and that's the thing. I don't blame. How can you blame a parent that has no idea what's going on, right? Yeah, well, I think things are different now, Angie. Things are different because of the things that have happened. But I'm telling you, you don't know, and I don't blame the parents because they had no idea, So sad. And poor Drake got the worst of it, When you have a child actor, you put trust in these individuals that they're going to take and care for your child and look out for the best interests. You have to trust people, right? That's what you do. Yeah, you're right, Jet. I mean, I don't blame parents, unless there's, unless there's things that, like complete denial or, yeah, but Deidre, it was a different time. Deidre, it was a different time. Today, right, we're in a different time because of the past. But in the 80s, early 90s, this is when Me Too movement came out, is in the early 2000s, right? You didn't know until people started talking about it. So I don't agree with that. We have knowledge now. We didn't have it then. We didn't have it then. And we trust too much, especially with family, friends, whatever, and we think there's no way. I mean, there's certain things that I was more aware of, but we all aren't that way. We're all just programmed differently. So I don't know. Yeah, social media. We have so many more outlets. I agree with that. So, oh, Bobby, bye, Bobby. My Papa's trying to, oh, God. So, and would never allow it. And a lot of parents didn't do it either because they wanted to have control and be with their kids. So, Stephen, we were talking about the Nickelodeon documentary on all the shows my kids grew up with and watched, So, it's broken. It's still broken. I mean, we still have probably a long way to go, but it's better than it was, I would say. Hold on, I gotta go pee again. Get off my knees in a treadmill. Treadmill is the best thing to do. Shows how much you know. Come on, not when I have to pee. Anyway. Yeah, it was an interesting show. It was sad. And well worth the watch. This is how you get, how you get knowledge is by talking, by sharing, and there's still people out there who don't have a clue, you guys. It's sad. It's really sad. And we just weren't as aware back then. Excuse me. My mother was an alcoholic, but she about not letting anyone touch us kids. Yeah. And maybe she was that adamant. Sometimes, Jet, I feel like our parents had gone through their own traumas, right? If they go through their own traumas, they know better, right? But if you don't experience that life or have ever been taken advantage of, you don't necessarily, you don't know until you know. Maybe your mom had some brush with trauma like that and was like very protective. Does Ed ever ask about my mom? No more, no. He asked a little bit last week, he asked what my mom's name was. And I said Janice, and it didn't even trigger. Didn't trigger anything. So, no, he doesn't even know anymore. I think he knows, that I belong to him somehow. He just can't remember. Yeah. My mom was blessed with very few people, yeah. And that's what happens, I think. There's more. I can't do two of these. It's freaking hard. Hi, Mason. I think, if your parents have trauma, they're going to protect children a lot better than if they didn't back then because they didn't know any much different. I mean, trauma people, abuse happened, all the time. But it wasn't something we talked about. It was something that was taboo. So, yeah, Corey Feldman, what? What'd you look at me like that for? What am I doing? I'm talking.
Are we going to go to mine today?
I don't know. Is your brother gonna?
That depends if you want to go.
She never told me until she got sick. Oh, Susan. God. Then that's what I'm saying. Like the old school, they kept that private. How about Puff Daddy? Puff Daddy. What don't I know about? Do I know about Puff Daddy? I don't know. To forget Pastor Prince is a hard thing. We have to give them love. Yeah, build forts. What are some things you do other than running? Yard work. Exercise helps, yard work. Get into a really good show. Like, I love reality TV. Reality TV is, it lets me escape I love going to the casino. I love my wine, that type of stuff. I always suspected. Oh, God, it's so horrible. I my kids to the bus stop every morning for years. To the bus stop. You can't neglect. Nope, because it happens to boys too. Look at poor Drake, you know? So it's really difficult. You guys, it just makes you kind of, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Bieber and Puff Daddy. I don't know. What did I miss on that? Hi, Marty. Oh, what are my hots for the day? Relaxing. I have nothing planned today. So, how long do you run? I ran about 3 miles and I've walked the last 2. Drake, oh gosh, it's a Nickelodeon special on Max. Who let them stay at Michael Jackson's estate. Now that, yes, yes. P. Diddy had parties, yes. But did Bieber, anything sexual happen with Bieber? I know about R. Kelly. I have started reading, Jean, yes. So reading also. This book that I'm reading right now is really difficult to get into. So what is it called? The Little Life or something? And so I'm struggling. I read a little bit yesterday. You know, until you get to the good stuff, it's a slow read. So I'm trying to get and start reading a little bit. Just passed away. The stepdad was a state trooper. Could happen to anyone and just not talked about. Oh yeah, says he did. Oh, Bieber says he was molested. I know Aaron Carter. He was really fucked up, from what I understand. I didn't know about Justin. Said no. But you know who was? What's Home Alone guy? Macaulay Culkin, right? He used to sleep in the same bed. Usher what? Usher wasn't a pedophile, was he? Thanks, Primo. Usher and Diddy what? They were sexually abused? Or they weren't abusers, right? They say, you guys. You're welcome, Madeline. It's all messy. No, he was supposedly abused by Diddy. He was? Bieber or Usher? Diddy? Really? Shit. Usher by Diddy. Shitballs. What about Bieber? Well, obviously, if Diddy did it, it was done to him too. You know what I mean? Like, it does go full circle. You know, it does go full circle. If you are abused, you most likely are going to be an abuser too. It's such a pressure to give me Diddy. Oh my God. Diddy to Bieber. Oy, oy, oy. I can't. It's a cycle. Unless you can break it. But a lot of people, before they break it, get troubled before. Diddy, diddler Diddy. Diddy the diddler. We all know about R. Kelly. Shit, I watched that documentary. And I was like, damn. What is wrong with these people? I mean, I couldn't imagine being that demented. You know what I mean? But it obviously was done to them. So sad. Justin was young by Diddy. R. Kelly is a freak. Hot Duffy, we're talking about the craziness of child celebs, and it's alleged P. Diddy had legal guardianship over Usher when he was a kid, so Usher stayed with him, and his parties were called the freak off parties. Word was hard on Bieber. Oh, Jerry, the pun on words. It can be broken. It sure can. But like I say, you can either choose to stay in the mold or break out of the mold, right? Tyler Perry was accused too. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. Again, R. Kelly is a rapper. You call him a rapper or R&B? I don't know. He's a... As we're sleeping in the same bed. God, what's the age difference between Usher and Diddy? Is Diddy that old? Shit. Is Diddy that old? Hi, Bears. R&B. R. Kelly's R&B. I always... Yeah. Okay. I've been walking at a 2% incline with my weight. And how old is Diddy? No, yeah, in jail. I hope he's getting it to him. Diddy's 54. I hope R. Kelly's getting it. I wonder if he's protected. I wonder if he's in his own cell. You know? I don't know. Whew, I'm tired. You guys, that was hard. Sometimes it's harder walking up an incline with a weight than it is to run. So I have 20-year-old, 14-year-old cystic dementia, guys, TBI. I'm also dealing with menopause. Good luck, Angie. Good luck. So I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. Hi, Sean. Because your body gets used to the same routine, right? I hope he's getting it. I'm not into payback or punishment, but in some cases, it is completely necessary. So anyhow, so I've been trying to switch it up a little bit to kind of shock my body. And let me tell you, that was no joke. That was no joke, you guys. Somebody asked me something about Grandpa. I don't remember. Sorry, I ignored it. I can't. It's hard for me because I see squirrels all the time, and I try to keep focusing on what I'm doing. Or regular. I don't do many meals. I just eat when I'm hungry. I hate kayaking. I'm tired, Emily. So I did 5 miles total. I did I ran 3 miles, and then I walked over a mile at an incline, and then finished it off with some weights. Yes, I will hydrate, of course, always. So I'm trying to mix things up now before my Cabo trip, kind of kickstart my metabolism and all that stuff. Hi Hearts, how are you? That was a lot. It's hard to bring your energy back up. I will have a Red Bull because I can't do coffee. R. Kelly's fault that lots of beautiful girls took off their clothes for him. Oh God. Now, do I even want to delve into that comment? Oh God, that's hard on my soul. No. To be a gentleman, you walk away. You walk away. You don't take advantage of women because they take off their clothes. God. I hate ignorance like that. Oh God, that just pains my heart. Well, and that's what people said in this Drake. You know, there were people who defended Brian Peck, right? They defended Brian Peck and said, he's admirable. He has been sweet. I'm sure it was not his fault. How is it not your fault when you're a fucking adult and they're minors or young kids? Are you kidding me? You're a fucking adult. You should know better. End of story. I don't care if their bodies were right up in his face. He should get up and walk away and not think with the one head that doesn't have a fucking brain. It still doesn't make it okay. I don't justify anybody or anything that way. It sickens me. It sickens me. Sickens me.
same. I mean, you got principals, you got teachers taking advantage of young people. You're a child, your brain is not fully developed until you're like 25. So we are literally always, when kids, young adolescents, until you are like over the age of 18, you're still struggling to make a conscious decision on things. You know what I mean? Because your brain's not format. Like I said, I mean, I remember situations where, I'm young, right? And I had feelings and I wanted to act on them, and Dan ran away, because he was like, nope, not going to do it. That's what you do. Because we are just acting upon the ever emotion or the excitement or whatever it is for young girls doesn't mean, or imagine a rock star, what the fuck is wrong with people? Well, it wasn't his fault. And I think that's at the defense, right? The defense was, well, she did taunt him. She did take her clothes off. Oh, okay. So that makes it all the better. Oh, God. Don't get me started. Too late. I already started. Anywho, if you say stupid shit like that on my channel again, you're going to be blocked. And someone messing with a child. Yes. And a child. I hate that they always blame the female. Shit, girl, my son fell at 28. It was like having a young kid again. No, it doesn't. Yeah, and that's the thing. Who's sicker? The enablers or the person doing it? The people protecting him from doing it. Minor children that don't know. They're just acting on pure emotion and being with, a singer or anything like that. Oh, God, it's disgusting. And it's not even funny to like joke about that shit. It's just pure disgusting. Hello in Toronto. So anywho, enough of that. That shit pisses me off. Yeah. Just that power, that power that men wield over young kids or people, is just really disgusting. Am I coming down with a cold? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to get with my daughter. I would kill Heather. I mean, adults are always to blame no matter what. I agree, Michelle. I would literally be in trouble. The adults should always be to blame, not the. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks, Emily. Oh, Victoria, I'm jealous. Sickens me to the core. Yeah. What about Ryan Seacrest? What now? What now? My life is backwards. My eyebrows. See? Now can you tell? My eyebrows are done. So where it's darker is where I have hair. So where it's darker is where I have hair. So this is like the true look of them right now. So where it's not darker is where I don't have hair. So I will probably get them. I will go and, back when you're further away, you can't really notice as much. But I will go and have a touch up in like 8 weeks. I will go do it because I want them a little bit darker. I don't know who Ruby Frankie is. My favorite color is pink. I love pink, you guys. Pink is my favorite color. Yeah, so I do have some hair. Like, I'm not completely bald in those areas, but I have very thinning hair. So this is what happens in menopause. This is what we do to keep our brows. I am good. Dan just left. Oh, the tattooed for 20 years. Dan just left. He has an appointment at the office. And so I have Ed. I've got some I didn't vacuum yet today. So I'll vacuum. I'll do my little chores. I'll read on and off today. Dan wants to go to Umai, which is fine. If he wants to go, I don't care. He's probably itching to get out and relax for a little bit. My teeth, they actually need to be redone. But crust white strips when I get a chance. Draw hers on with a dark pencil. Yeah, and I can't draw them on. Any books? I'm reading one right now, Debbie. It's quite slow. It's like 800 pages and it's very fine print. Life is Good. What's it called? Anybody? Do you remember? Am I drinking wine? Maurice, I am, my life is, what is the one I'm reading? Tell me what I'm reading, you guys. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good book, but you have to get through the first, like, a little life. Thank you. My little life. A little life as I'm reading. It's supposed to be really good and captivating once you get into it, but it's really, 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 really hard to get into. So, bye, Sean. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just read little like bits at a time. Yesterday I was falling asleep because I was tired, but today I'm going to just read through, try to barrel through it to get to the good stuff. I have a feeling like it's going to, the first 400 pages, don't tell me that. So boring. I'm struggling with it. I almost think like I want to start another book in between. That's because, yeah, it's called, anyhow. So, I will try. It's so boring. I'm dying right now. But I heard it's really good. Skip the first 400 pages. Can't just go to the end chapter. Don't say it's 400 pages. Hannah said it was the first like 100 pages or so. Do you do a book club? Yes. So, Christine, so I have like subscriber lives and stuff like that. So we talk about books to read and we read them. And some of us, like people are reading Verity, because I read it, and we're reading some Colleen Hoover books and Freedom McFadden. Yeah. And all books have a twist at the end. So I'm going to read, I want to go back to, shit, Sadie, stop with the 400 pages, 375. Shit. So I'm trying to get like a book group type stuff. And a lot of people, by funny me, a lot of people have read them already. And then they're saying, oh, read this next or whatever. So we try to kind of stay in the same, but everybody reads differently. Everybody reads at different levels. So, yes. So I love Colleen Hoover. I've read so many of her books. Yes. Love her. I've read Verity. I've read It Begins With Him. It Ends With Him. What else? The one Ugly Love I just read. Ugly Love, which was good. So, I think, so yeah. So if you enjoy that, we talk about everything, but we also, talk about books. And I was like, it'd be so fun just to have like a little book club. So we kind of have our little book club, in a way. But anyhow, bye, Pat Peters. I know I'm going to go too. So follow me. I do my lives on this channel on TikTok. I do subscriber lives, and we mostly talk about the books there if we read them, or, I give you my updates on Tingly. This one's really boring, so I'm like, fuck, I read like 30 pages yesterday, and I wanted to slit my wrists. So I just read Never Lie by McFadden. Okay. I know. So there's so many different books I want to read right now. I have a beach read. It's called Beach Read. So everybody told me to read this Life one first and then read Beach Read. And then I'm going to start buying some more McFadden books and Hoover books because they're amazing. Somebody says Remember Me or something for Hoover is supposed to be good too. So yeah, so those of you read this Life book with me and try to get through it so we can talk about it. Anyhow, have a great Saturday. I will see TikTok later for the subscriber live. I don't know what time I'll do it yet. It depends if we're going, to Umai or not. So I'll either do it before or after. Seems like I'm gonna have a very open day today. So I might surprise you with an earlier live, before, we decide what's going on. So anyhow, love you guys. I will see you later. Have a great day. Subscription is located. All the information is located in the page. I think it's $5.99 for the tier that I'm in. And that's it. There you have it. See you guys later.